Well, we had a urgent order had to ship out this morning. Needed to make it to LA before noon, and to beat traffic they want to pick up at 5:30, so we were here waiting for it, and it didn't show up till almost 6, of course. So now gotta get ready for oranges today. We're running late lanes today, organic oranges, so gotta get everything set up. We just got the Aphytis to spread in the field. There's about 1.5 million of these little bugs in here. Okay, so I'm out here in our organic navel field spreading Aphytis. We like to keep these little guys in here, keep them cool so they don't get too agitated, and once we bring them out into the open, they'll start heating up in the sunlight and fly all around and do their thing. So one thing I wanted to show you, our oranges are starting to bloom. Got some bees in there and some buds still forming, and it's only what is it, April 25th, Tuesday. So in another couple weeks, these will all be opening up, opened, start to fall. The petals will start to fall off. And so pretty soon we're going to have to start our fertilizer spray. It's supposed to be a pre-bloom, but with all the crazy weather we've been having this year, it's timing's going to be a little off. So we spread Aphytis to help control California red scale. And here's another thing we do with scale, is we like to track them. So this is a sticky tape card, and that's a pheromone. This attracts the male flyers. And you can see there's a bunch on here. So all those tiny dots, those are adult male scale. And what we like to do is put these out beginning of the season, usually it's middle of March, to catch their first flight as they're flying around. And we use that as a biofix to start tracking their life cycles. And their life cycles are based off the temperature, how hot it is. So using this, catching when they start flying, we can set a date as their biofix. And then I have these temp recorders, in the field, and use those to track the temperature here inside the canopy of the tree. And then later we can look back at that, calculate degree days, and then estimate when they're going to be in the crawler stage so we can start timing our sprays. And like I was saying earlier, the weather's been crazy this year. We had double the normal amount of rain, a longer winter, colder winter, and then now it's going to be heating up to 99 this week. So it's going from high 60s, low 70s to 99. So that kind of affects a lot of things. One, irrigation. So because of all the rain, there's been a lot of moisture in the ground and we haven't needed to water, but now it's getting hot really quick. Hasn't been rain, so we need to start our sprinklers. And that's what we just finished up today, was going through this field during the doing the first irrigation of the year on this block. And what we need to do is go through, look at all the sprinklers, fix them up if there's any plugs. If there's any sprinklers that are plugged, we need to unplug them. Any broken ones, we need to fix them. Any broken fittings, repair them. And all of those happen over the winter because it sits, 4 or 5 months without being run. And then we have all our pickers come through, pick all the fruit out the tree, and while they're walking around here carrying heavy bags of fruit, they step on them, break them, their ladders break them. So this is an important time of the year, is when it starts heating up, fixing all the irrigation. And the next time we water, we're going to be pumping some fertilizer in through the irrigation system to bring the nutrients out into the root zone, help the trees during their bloom, set a good crop for this next season. And then along with that, we're going around to each of these sprinklers right here. See that sprinkler right there? I'm going to be taking some out throughout the field, measuring how much water is coming out of them in a given amount of time, so we can estimate how many hours we need to run this to give the trees however much water we want to water them. And that all depends on the temperature, how hot it is, how big the tree. There's a lot of factors that go into that. Different types of tree require different amounts of water. Also the soil. Some soils can hold more water than others. So there's a lot of things to consider, and no two fields are the same. Another thing you can see are all the new leaves coming out. So we just topped and hedged this field a week or two ago, and you can see how straight the sides and top is, and it makes a nice corner up here. Well, you look over here, these lighter, shinier leaves are the new leaves that just started growing in the spring once the temperature warmed up. And then over here, there's not much growing. Well, and that's because this side gets the sun, that side doesn't. So this side starts growing before that side. But eventually, this side, they'll grow new leaves and it'll look just like that. And that's something to consider when you're planting a new field is, do you want your rows going east-west or north-south? Because where the sun is matters. Got one more cool thing to show you. So, see this? Got this all over the place. And to anyone who gardens, you may recognize it. Say, hey, that kind of looks like a carrot. Well, it is. It's a wild carrot. So, well, they're not big yet, but they will get bigger and look kind of like a carrot. Not a nice looking carrot, but well, how you expect a wild carrot to look. Right now they're still small and might just started growing, but hey, it's one thing that exists in nature, wild carrots. I didn't know about that until about 2 weeks ago when I first saw them. Thought these were weeds until I looked a little bit closer. So, yep, such thing as wild carrots, and they're here growing in our organic citrus field. But don't eat them. Yeah, definitely don't eat them. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see that looks like a carrot. Or a young one.